Welcome back to the M-Theory Red Dwarf Science-ish series, where we dive into the weird science inside Red Dwarf. Today we're going to talk about machine intelligence and sentience. This is part 3, by the way. You know, from the very first episode, Red Dwarf leaned hard into the idea of machines not just being smart, but aware. We have Holly, Kryten, the Scudders, the vending machines, simulants, Cassandra, Pre, and of course, my favorite, Taki Toaster. The show takes the question of what if machines had inner lives and plays it for both comedy and some surprising poignant moments. So before we go any further, I want to talk about what we mean by sentience. I actually asked AI to define it because why not outsource philosophy to a machine and ask AI, a machine, about a machine? Sentience is the capability to have subjective experience. Subjective experience is the ability to have experiences, feelings, awareness, like sensations, emotions, a sense of self. It's not just crunching numbers and following rules and displaying things on a screen. It's the feeling that there's something it is like to be that system. Pain, boredom, joy, frustration, human emotions. It implies two things. First, phenomenal consciousness. That sense of experiencing something directly. And second, internal awareness, not just taking input, but perceiving it from a first-person perspective. A chess engine might beat you every time, but it doesn't feel smug about it. Now, Kryten, if playing chess, and he beat you, on the other hand, that's what we're talking about. He would feel smug, right? All right, well, let's start with Holly, the ship's computer, IQ of 6,000, and as you remember, that's equivalent to 6,000 PE teachers' IQ. Holly is clearly more than just a machine running calculations. He gets bored, he gets frustrated, he cracks jokes. Sometimes vicious ones, like when Lister asks about Kochanski and Holly replies, "Well, she won't be much use to you on Fiji now, not unless it snows and you need something to grit the path with." That's digital cruelty with style. And then there's the episodes like Queeg and Skipper. Those really show how Holly is at his best, or maybe at his most senile. In Queeg, Holly's gone senile, apparently. He can't remember that he needed to tell the crew about a meteor that was going to hit the ship. He can't keep Rimmer's hologram in one piece, and he can't keep Rimmer's personality attached to his hologram. Rimmer goes through being Holly, Lister, and the cat, and then the backup computer, Queeg, takes over. And I'm gonna spoil some things, so spoiler alert ahead. Queeg ends up being...
Okay, suckers, get this into your stupid thick heads. There's only one thing I want to say to you.
What? What's happening, dudes? We are talking Jape of the Decade. We are talking April, May, June, July, and August fall. Yes, that's right. I am Queeg.
What?
And now, in Skipper, we get to see Holly from the perspective of right before Red Dwarf is annihilated by that radiation leak.
Nobody's dead on.
Not even Peterson?
Nobody.
Nobody's dead, not even Lister.
Gordon Bennett. Lister, Peterson, nobody. Nobody's dead. Nobody is dead on.
Now let's move on to my favorite. Not Taki Toaster, we'll talk about him in a minute. Kryten. Now, Kryten was introduced in Season 2 and played by David Ross, but fully reimagined in Season 3 by Robert Llewellyn. Kryten is comedy gold, but also the show's most extended exploration of what it means for a machine to grow and to feel and to become self-aware. 3 key episodes kick off what I like to call his sentience arc. The first one is called The Last Day. Kryten accepts his mechanical death with no fuss. Until he doesn't. He experiences friendship, longing, and even says, "I want more." He breaks programming, parties with the crew, lies about Silicon Heaven, and begins choosing his own path. This episode clearly shows Kryten's sentience, particularly, like I just said, his "I want more" statement. A machine not experiencing feelings and emotions would not express that. Okay, let's go to the second one. This one is Camille. This one is hilarious from the start. This is the one where Lister tries to teach Kryten to lie. At first, no luck. Kryten can't seem to break his programming to always tell the truth, but then he does break through. This episode is also Kryten's first brush with real emotion, attraction, care, and compassion. By the end of this one, he's lying to protect Camille's feelings, and that is a very human trait. All right, let's talk about the third episode, DNA. The infamous double Polaroid episode, if you remember. Kryten becomes human for a bit, complete with nipple nuts that don't regulate body temperature and tune into Jazz FM, and an identity crisis. He even disses Sparehead number 3. He's overwhelmed by his emotions. He eventually chooses to return to being a mechanoid. Not because he has to, but because he decides that's who he is. And that choice is the heart of his journey. Of course, Red Dwarf doesn't stop with Holly and Kryten. The show is littered with sentient machines. Take my favorite, I think, Taki Toaster. He's basically Alexa if Alexa had a singular obsession with purveying grilled bread products at all times. Introduced in Future Echoes and later voiced by David Ross, Taki Toaster has feelings, excitement, indignation, resignation. His entire existence is a parody of narrow AI, and yet you can't help but feel a little bad for him. In the episode White Hole, we find out that Taki annoyed Lister so much with his grilled bread products pushing that Lister took a lump hammer to him. Anyway, Taki, even though he seems to have only one raison d'etre, I'm sure I pronounced that wrong, he definitely feels emotion and he expresses it. Then there are the vending machines. Rimmer and Lister are literally vending machine technicians, and throughout the series we see these machines not just dispense snacks, but also display embarrassment and irritation and even vendetta. One even takes Rimmer out in Only the Good, the last episode of Season 8. Revenge, that's definitely a display of sentience, not just robotics. And of course, in Mechocracy, all the machines band together, go on strike, and demand representation. That episode is a masterclass in showing how far the writers were willing to push the idea that these machines had genuine inner lives. The vending machines don't just want better conditions, they want a say. They want democracy. And who tips the scales in Kryten's favor? Well, it is Taki Toaster, of course. When you step back, the sheer number of machines in Red Dwarf that display emotion, frustration, or humor makes it clear the writers were full-on exploring, to great hilarity, what it means for a machine to feel. And that's where the show becomes oddly prophetic. In today's world of large language models and generative AI, we're asking similar questions. Can machines really have subjective experience? If they did, what responsibilities would we have towards them? Would ignoring their requests be cruel or not? Watching Mechocracy, where machines demand rights, I can't help but think, if the crew had ignored them, would that have been immoral? The show plays it as a comedy, but it leaves you with some philosophical questions to think about. So that's machine intelligence and sentience, Red Dwarf style. Holly's jokes, Kryten's journey to selfhood, Taki Toaster's obsession, and vending machines that unionize, all played to great comedic effect, Red Dwarf style. In the next episode, or the next video, we'll wrap up this science-ish series with artificial reality and alternate universes. Until then, remember, there's no such thing as Silicon Heaven. Or is there?